Hello, Morongo Basin, and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. Here is the Z107.7 local news for Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025. After allegedly choking a woman in Morongo Valley, a man was arrested in Desert Hot Springs for investigation into attempted murder. Tuesday morning at around 1:30 a.m., San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputies responded to a report of domestic violence in the 50,600 block of Panorama Drive in Morongo Valley. The Sheriff's Department said that the victim was choked by her boyfriend and called 911. The victim suffered from injuries to her face and was treated at the scene. The boyfriend was identified by deputies as Michael Slate, 43, and deputies say he fled to Desert Hot Springs. With assistance from the DHS Police Department, detectives with the Sheriff's Department located Slate. He was arrested at around 9:30 a.m. in the 10,600 block of Palm Drive in Desert Hot Springs. Michael Slate was arrested for investigation into attempted murder and booked into the Morongo Basin Jail. He is being held at the West Valley Detention Center on $1 million bail. A small but visible fire in the Yucca Mesa area was quickly extinguished by fire crews. At around 2:20 p.m. Tuesday, San Bernardino County fire crews responded to a report of a possible structure fire near Avalon Avenue and Luna Vista Lane. They say they arrived to find an RV with an extension into a built-on structure burning, with several piles of debris nearby. Bystanders told fire crews that the occupants of the RV were not home at the time. County Fire says that they were able to get the fire under control in about 30 minutes with 3 engines and 1 water tender. A dog was killed in the fire. No other injuries were reported. At last night's meeting, the Yucca Valley Town Council approved a measure that lays the groundwork for farmers market within town limits. Here is reporter Adeline J. Wells with that and more from their first meeting of the new year.
The Yucca Valley Town Council meeting began with the presentation of the Spirit of Yucca Valley Award to Dan and Nicole Letourneau, who were recognized for their service contributions to the local community. The council then held public hearings on 2 new ordinances put forth by the Planning Commission. The first concerned commercial special events. In particular, the ordinance establishes parameters for farmers markets in Yucca Valley. These include reducing the required distance from highways 62 and 247 to 25 feet, reducing the necessary lot size to 2 acres, and mandating that 75% of products sold must be food or produce products. The second hearing concerned commercial sidewalk sales. The ordinance mandates that sidewalk displays must not impede ADA access, exceed 6 by 5 feet in size, and exceed 25% of a building's frontage. The Town Council was in favor of both ordinances and the role they would have on town improvement, as expressed by Council Member Rick Dennison.
This would make for a better appearance of the town, but also a safer area and ensure ADA access to these businesses.
The council voted to adopt both ordinances to the town's development code. Town staff then presented the quarterly update on the Yucca Valley Aquatic and Recreation Center project. Construction continues to progress, and groundwork is being laid to install frameworks such as sewer connections, water lines, and electrical infrastructure. The town has applied to relocate 5 western Joshua trees from the site. Once permits are issued by the Department of Fish and Wildlife, the trees will be replanted near Essig Park. Town staff presented a relocation plan to accompany Phase 2 of the Senior Center Modernization Project, which allows for over 90% of offerings to maintain current service levels. Offerings such as meal service, senior assistance services, and some form of a thrift store will be moved to the library space in the Town Hall building, while more active programs will take place in the community center. The Senior Center will be closed from February 3rd through the 17th to allow for relocation, and construction will run until November. The meeting concluded with a discussion on implementing an earlier start time for town council meetings to encourage increased public participation and attendance. The council voted to change the start of their meeting times moving forward to 5 p.m. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Adeline J. Wells.
The 29 Palms Planning Commission's regular meeting was last night. They held 2 public hearings. Here's Annalise Kuiper with details on both of them.
The first public hearing concerned the Choya Laundromat located at 6543 Choya Avenue. The Planning Commission recommended that the requested time extension for another 2-year period be approved. This extension will expire on July 22, 2026. The second public hearing concerned a recycling buyback centre, small collection facility. A request was submitted to find the project exempt from CEQA, which was approved. This project was originally submitted as an administrative use permit, but at the December meeting, the Commission directed the applicant to submit a conditional use permit. This permit was approved unanimously for the recycling centre, which is not to exceed 500 square feet. Conditions of the approval require that all recycling be picked up on a daily basis. Also stipulated was the thorough emptying of any liquid residues before recycling. The property must be inspected for rodents and insects by professional exterminators on a monthly basis. Should the Commission's approval be appealed, this must take place within 10 days. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Annalise Kuiper.
Temperatures are dropping, and if you or someone you know is suffering in the cold, the United Methodist Church has free coats available. They have coats in all sizes, as well as sweaters, socks, and some shoes. The church is open from 9 a.m. to noon on Wednesdays. They're located at 6250 Mesquite Springs Road next to the high school. The church asks that if you have coats to donate, you can drop them off at the church Wednesday mornings or call the church to get them picked up. 760-367-7338. The High Desert Nature Museum is offering community members the opportunity for an introductory block printing workshop that dives into the history of printmaking and its role in promoting tourism and the conservation of wildlands out the 20th century. Participants will take a guided tour of the museum's Wondrous West exhibition and learn how to create their own series of nature-inspired block prints using affordable tools and accessible materials. The program is designed for artists and nature lovers ages 16 and up, and the workshop requires no prior printmaking experience. It will be held this Saturday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., and registration is open now. You can register at highdesertnaturemuseum.org or in person at the High Desert Nature Museum. Theater 29 has announced a special concert featuring the songs of the incomparable composer, Cole Porter. Arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas tells you how to enjoy this lovely evening of music.
A special two-performance-only concert featuring some of the High Desert's finest voices comes to Theater 29 February 1st and 2nd. Easy to Love, a Cole Porter concert, features many of the composer's greatest hits and reflections on his life and times, featuring songs including You're the Top, It's Too Lovely, Friendship, I Get a Kick Out of You, I Love Paris, Night and Day, Let's Do It, Let's Fall in Love, and many more. Performers include Kat Christine, Annalisa Pilecki, Scott Klingscales, Imelda Patou, Adonai Patou, Charles Harvey, Tiffany Crocker, Sabrina Olsen, and Gabriel Figueredo. Tickets for the Saturday, February 1st, 7 p.m. performance and Sunday, February 2nd, 2:30 p.m. matinee are available at theater29.org. Reporting for Z107.7, this is arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas.
The Yucca Valley High School boys soccer teams faced against Coachella Valley High School yesterday. The junior varsity team faced a challenging game, falling to Coachella Valley 9-0. Coach Aiden Mendoza named defender Ismael Gonzalez as player of the match. The varsity team also faced a strong opponent, ending the game in a 5-0 loss. Head coach George Rodriguez recognized the efforts of starting goalkeeper Adrian Williams, naming him player of the match. The Trojans are eager to bounce back as they prepare to host their crosstown rivals, the 29 Palms Wildcats, at home on Thursday. And finally, the Yucca Valley High School Lady Trojan basketball team notched a critical win Tuesday evening, scoring a 55-40 victory over Coachella Valley High School in a Desert Valley League game at Trojan Gym. Senior Taylor Monroy scored a game-high 17 points, while fellow senior Sahili Gilmore followed with 10 points, despite spending much of the game in foul trouble. The win moved the team's record to 9-10 overall and 3-2 in league play. They're tied for second place with Coachella Valley. The team takes the court again on Thursday when they travel to 29 Palms High School. Tip-off is scheduled for 5:30 p.m. in Wildcat Gym. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear about news happening, let us know. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm Jeff Harmetz.